I think we are live right now. Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the cooking show from Stress. I'm here together with my fellow candidate board members, Daan and Brit.
Yes.
And they are going to cook a delicious meal for us here today. Daan, what are we going to cook?
Yes, in Dutch it's called AVG and it stands for potatoes, meat and vegetables. So we're gonna cook some meatballs, we're gonna cook these green beans and the potatoes, of course.
Okay. If you tuned in for the pasta pesto, then you should be on the other channel because the rest of the candidate board is over at Dagmar's place, where they will make the pasta pesto. And here we will of course make the AVG.
Yes.
I have the chat with me right now, so during this evening you can ask any question you have about us, about our jobs, about the study, any question you may have, just post them in the chat and we will answer them.
Yeah.
So, shall we start with the dinner?
Yes, of course. Okay.
Let's start with washing our hands.
Yeah. I'll begin with washing my hands. Always use soap, of course.
Very important in these times, of course. So Dan, tell us what are the first steps about the AVG?
Yeah, we're gonna first cook the meatballs. Over there I have some onions and I'm gonna cut them up in just a second. And after that, Brit is gonna finish them in here in this bowl with some breadcrumbs, the meat itself, and an egg. And after that we're going to continue on with the vegetables.
Brit, what is your task here today?
I will be making the meatballs and I will be in charge of the green beans.
And what is my task here today? Sitting here and chilling out, watching them do the work, which is basically how it's going to go the whole year, right?
I hope not, but well, let's see.
No, I'm kidding.
So let's start?
Okay, let's start. Make sure you have your onion, and we're gonna cut them up as follows. Cut off the ends, so this one and that one, and put them away for the trash later. Cut them in two, like this, and then put one half away and just continue with the other half. You peel off the skin. There's a brown skin. You peel it off. Let's do that like this. And you leave with a beautiful white, green, yellowish onion. Oh, a bit of skin over there.
Maybe you can tell the people at home that you're really good at the AVG.
I'm really good at the AVG. Actually, I never made AVG, but it's not that hard. So people who are just new to cooking should also do this.
When determining what we are going to cook, we thought, okay, we have to make a real student meal. So we thought, okay, it's an AVG, and Daan has never made an AVG in his entire life.
Yes, that's true. Sadly, but yes. Okay, let's continue with the onion. You first cut it horizontally in three, so here, not entirely through, but just at the end, and then another one, and then another one, like this. So you will have 3 cuts. Then you will do it as well vertically. So just not till the end, but like this. And another one, and another one, and then you'll turn it a quarter and you'll cut it in tiny slices. So you'll end up with these diced onions. And continue on doing that. And one more. And then you have this piece left. This piece you didn't cut any further, so you're gonna cut this in 3 as well, like this. Turn it a quarter.
Now maybe while cutting these, we have a question.
Yes.
How do I make sure that I won't cry while cutting the onions?
What you can do, there are 2 things you can do. You can either wear glasses, which will make it considerably less awful, or you can put some lemon juice on the knife, and this will also stop the crying from while cutting the onion. Personally, I once wore like those swimming glasses. I was making an onion soup, so you have to cut a lot of onions, and I was wearing like the swimming glasses that completely seal off to your face, and that made it quite doable actually. The other half of the onion, you will do it the same. So cut it like this, and one more, and then cut it like this.
How long does it take you to cut all the onions?
I'm sorry? Normally, when I don't have to explain it, maybe 5 minutes.
And with this big pressure of the camera on your face?
Maybe 7 minutes, 6 minutes.
So it's only a little bit more?
It's only a little bit more.
Okay. And Britt, what are your times when cooking in front of a camera? Have you ever did it before?
No, I never cooked in front of the camera before. So I think, especially because you have to explain things, it will take a bit longer. That's fine.
Okay. Since we're cooking for 3 and only for 1, we'll cut up 3 onions so that we make more. And I'll do it just like I did it in the previous one.
Maybe Dan, you can tell us something about some of the fun activities that Stress has organized past year to maybe make the onion cutting a little bit more interesting.
Yes. Well, as candidate external affairs, I especially like the activities with the companies. So, for example, last year we had the Stress Congress. Jeroen can also tell a lot about that since he was in the organizing committee. And we went to, the location was the Wilming Theater in Enschede. It was a really beautiful location, and there were a lot of companies there present, talking about their company and giving cases and things like that. So that was a really beautiful activity. Maybe you can tell a bit more about how you organized it.
Yes, thank you that you found it a really nice activity. It was a lot of work actually. We started already in May last year, and we worked all year until next February with taking care of all the stuff that has to be done when organizing a congress. This is also one of the bigger committees that Stress has, so therefore it took up a lot of time. And I really liked to do it. So and we started, of course, with acquiring companies, contacting them, making sure that they would like to come to our congress. Then we had to do the fitting of our suits, which was really nice. We got suits for the whole committee. Actually, it is a 3-piece, so it's still hanging in my closet. I use it at the fancy dinners and stuff. So that was really nice about that. Well, and after the holiday break, we started doing logistics. So organizing a place where we could go. This was the Wilming Theater. We also had some other options open, but we decided to go over here. And afterwards, and then we only had to do the last stuff to make sure that everything runs well. I think this was also really high intense day for us to make sure that everything worked well. But it was a success in my opinion, and in yours as well.
Yeah, of course.
Mooi. Britt, did you also visit the Congress?
Yes, I also visited, and I thought it was a really fun and well-organized event. So good job to you. And the rest of the committee, of course.
Yes, we did it with 7 people, and also Jitske and Julian, who are also on the candidate board, and with 4 more, they worked hard to get it done as well. So maybe Britt, you can start with explaining what you're going to do.
Yes, I will be making the meatballs in this bowl. First I will be adding the meat to the bowl. So I will be opening this. Let's get a knife.
We got a comment from Leon Wagenaar. He says, those onions are working well. I have to cry from all the way over here.
The empathy is touching. Is it going well?
It's really loud.
Like I told yesterday in the stress talk, Britt really likes being on camera, as you can see.
He starts laughing and can't stop.
Yeah, the fun thing about Britt is when she laughs, her whole body moves constantly.
It's moving back and forth, so it's like
Okay, once you add the meat to the bowl, I will
Yeah, just talk over it. Okay, very good.
Of course.
I will wait for Dan to finish this onion cutting.
Yes, I'm almost done. Just let me put it in this bowl. Yes, and then the last bits. Yes, perfect. Then if you have
I'll be adding this to the bowl.
Perfect.
This is perfect distance teamwork.
Yes.
And then what are you going to do?
You're gonna make meatballs.
Okay. I'm going to add 2 eggs. But first I will add them to this bowl. And then I will add them to the big bowl.
So once again, for everybody in the chat, if you have any questions about anything from stress, just post them and we will tell you something about it.
Okay. Once the eggs are added, I will add some spices. So I'll be adding meat spices.
You can also use pepper and salt if you want.
So do that. This is salt. Just a little bit.
Just before we heard the great some great knowledge from my father, who's a really a fan of cooking. He said salt comes from this neighborhood. Actually, it's around in Hengelo. That was the original place where salt comes from. So.
And then once you added your spices, you can start mixing it up with your hands. It's really weird, the texture. And after that, you have a pretty wet texture. You can add some breadcrumbs to make it a little bit less wet, so you can start forming the meatballs. So I will add something, and you just mix again.
We got a question. Which committee do you like the most? Britt, maybe you can go first. Which committees did you do in your time at Stress?
In my time at Stress, I started with the Kids Committee. The Kids Committee organizes these the 3 faculty days, which you're enjoying right now. And in my last year I did the BMS Congress. This is a congress organized with all the study associations for BMS. And unfortunately the congress did not go through because of the situation, but I enjoyed both committees very much.
Yeah, I started in my first year with the freshman committee. So we organized activities for only freshmen. We did a pub crawl, we did some laser gaming, and that was really fun. After that I did the Stress Congress committee, the committee that Jeroen did as well. And I did it I did it 2 years ago. And we held it at the Grolsvesten, the stadium of FC Twente. Well, it was really interesting. I was the person who was responsible for the logistics, so I was in contact with with the location and was constantly busy on the day itself, just like the rest of the committee. Next to that, I was also PR in that committee, so I was hyping up everyone to come to the event. And in my third year, I was in the PR committee, so I did I designed a lot of merchandise and I created posters. We did created some content for the social media. And the committee I liked the most, I think I liked Stress Congress the most, since it's a huge event and you're busy with it the whole year, and it's it's one beautiful thing you can deliver to all the members of Stress.
Okay. This was more or less what I expected from that. I think, I can't say anything else. I also like the Stress Congress. I started with the party committee, so organized a lot of parties, the same as that. But I think when looking at my time to come, there are a few committees that I will guide, and one of them will be the Stress trip. So that will be the trip to a location abroad. I think I'm really looking forward to that committee and to that trip. I think this is one of the coolest committees within Stress. Britt, how far are you on the meatballs?
I think they're almost done.
Very
Once you get them dry enough that they will stick together, you can start forming balls, and you can put them on the plates. Make sure that they're like pressed well together, because otherwise they will fall apart. And, after that, we can start baking them.
And how big will you be making the balls?
I'll just do them like with my hands, so not that big, because then they will need more time to get ready. So.
Nice.
So about the size of a snowball.
Yeah. So when there are 4 meatballs, what are you going to do with the 4th?
I don't know. What should I do with the 4th?
I was looking for the answer. Of course, I will give it to Jeroen, but yeah.
Yeah, well, nah.
Wrong answer. Oh no, that's not my place anymore. That was yesterday during I Love.
Yes. Yesterday we had to please you to get any points, but unfortunately we didn't, and we lost.
Yep.
Yes.
I think
that was also due to Brit's, well, I can't say knowledge of general knowledge, but Brit had a hard time answering general, questions about general knowledge.
Yeah, I can say that my general knowledge is not that good, so.
We missed a lot of questions with numbers. Those are for you. I hope.
I hope, yes.
So maybe Dan, you can already start with making the vegetables.
Yes, that's true. We have some green beans here. First I'm gonna wash them. After that I'm gonna cut them up and put them in some water. The water is currently not boiling yet, so I'll put some water up. We have a kettle here, and I'll fill it up with water.
We have a difficult question.
Ooh.
Why do so many students gain weight in their first year? That's a good one. Did you gain weight in your first year?
No, actually I lost weight, but that's me.
Why
I think
is
that's me, and that's not general. Yeah.
I'm so jealous of him.
Did you gain weight?
Yeah,
Please explain why you gain weight.
A little. Well, I think it's mostly due to parties. I can't say anything else. Parties, eating junk food on with your roommates.
Should we do the potatoes first because they take longer?
That may be a good idea indeed. I will do this back in the bowl and start with the potatoes. So we have some potatoes. We will be cutting them up as well, and they will be put in a pan to cook for about 15 minutes, but that will come in a bit. Let me put this one out.
We have another question coming in.
Yes.
From Hannah, which is actually a Stress member as well. And she asked, which Stress member is your favorite member and why?
Oh, that's
Candidate board members are not included, so you cannot say yourself. Sorry, Dan.
Oh, that's a difficult question. I think I'm gonna be political about this, and I like all the members of Stress. Everyone just as much.
All the members are fit in their own way. So.
And you?
My favorite member has to be Thomas Haaswindes. Shout out to him. He's a very fun guy.
Okay.
I hope he's watching. If he's watching the other channel, then he can forget it. Then I will choose another one.
Yes. Okay, let's move on to the potatoes. I will cut them in half with the skin still on them, and I will cut them in little pieces. That will make sure that they are cooked quicker, and you can eat them earlier. So this one also in half, on little pieces.
We often do not have a lot of time to cook because there are always activities in the evenings, so therefore we have to make sure that it's very quick.
Yes, and next to that, if you can eat earlier, that means that you can enjoy your food earlier. That's pretty good.
Dan, can I wash my hands?
Of course, I will move out of the way.
Very important job, very important. So, Dan.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you a question about one of the committees that you were in. So it is the PR committee.
Yes.
You made merchandise last year, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so for the future PR committee, because you can't be in that committee now,
Yeah.
which merchandise would you say that they have to produce for next year?
As some of you may already know from the talks I gave about the PR committee today and yesterday, I had some examples about things you can do for the upcoming year. And I gave the example a bathrobe or sweatpants. Bathrobe because, well, it's really comfortable and it's lovely that you have Stress on it, and sweatpants as well. Another thing you might do is having a Stress umbrella.
I like that idea.
Yeah, me as well. So yeah, you can think about things like that, but you can also become very creative with this. That's the committee.
How did you come up with the umbrella idea? Maybe it had something to do with you getting groceries this afternoon.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell that story.
Well, we got groceries this afternoon, Britt and I, and we are currently at Jeroen's house, and Jeroen has a white and green umbrella, and I was like, oh, this is a fun umbrella. Let's take it out and use it because it rains. And then I saw that there was another logo on that umbrella, and that was a logo of another study association called Paradox. And I was like, why is there a Paradox umbrella in your house?
Yes. I explained the story. I think I can explain the story about
yes,
that.
you should.
So we once organized a party together with Paradox in my first year. And at that party, we went with the committee members afterwards to someone's house to celebrate that we had a successful party. And then it was raining, and I had to cycle back all the way to my home. So I took the umbrella, and after that, she said, "I will take another one. You can keep the Paradox umbrella." So shout out to Paradox.
Beautiful story.
Yeah.
Okay, the water's done, so we put on the stove. It's like this, and then okay, you have to help me. Is it like this? Okay, I fucked up. I think.
Press it. Yes.
Yeah.
Until the red button comes up.
Yes. Yes.
And then you can press it down and turn it.
Yes, it works. Okay.
Can you also turn on mine?
Which one do you want?
We practiced this beforehand because they're at my place.
Yes.
But then someone from the crew noted that it would be more fun if it went wrong. So was this on purpose, Dan, or?
It actually did went wrong. That's okay. Yeah. The warm water, you can put it in. Make sure you do not overfill the pan, but that's pretty obvious, I think. Looks like I warmed up just enough water. We also need water for the green beans in a bit, so I'm gonna put up more water.
I will be adding the butter to the pan for the meatballs.
I see we also have some interest in study stuff. So maybe you can tell us something else. Well, I know we are all IEM students over here, and maybe you can tell what was your favorite module in the first year.
In my first year, I really liked the fourth module. In that module, you're gonna be a little company that produces juice, and you have to calculate all sorts of things to most efficiently produce juice and have the best profit out of it. So I really like that one. I'm gonna put in the potatoes now.
Be careful, maybe put one.
Okay, be careful, do not burn yourself like I just did.
Once the color is brown, I will be adding the...
Careful.
Okay, I'm doing careful, just like this. How do you do this?
I think some more 24 kitchen for Dan in the upcoming weeks.
Well, I always watch MasterChef with my boyfriend, but it didn't work, obviously.
Well, luckily we also have the local pizzeria and the cafeteria, which are still open.
Alright, maybe that would be good.
However, I have full faith
in us. We can do
in a
this.
good outcome, yeah.
Okay, the potatoes are all in.
So you both agree that the fourth module was the most fun?
Yeah, it was the most fun.
Yeah.
How about you?
I would say that I like the second one the best.
Oh yeah, that was also really fun.
Yeah, the second one you get a lot of courses that you will need throughout the rest of your studies. So it's operations research and operations management. I think those two are the best. Are the subjects that you will get back to the most. So I like that module as well. Actually, in the first year, I like pretty much all modules.
Yeah, I also really like the third one. The third one, we're gonna build a website, and well, it's not really a website. It's more of a system for the company, and you use Mendix for it. And it's a lot of business modeling and things like that, and it's really fun. It's really fun to do that. Okay.
Make sure to turn the meatballs very regularly so that they don't burn.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna prepare the green beans. So first, make sure you wash them, because they may look clean in the supermarket. You cannot always be sure that it's always clean. So I'm gonna wash them. do we have any more questions from the people watching?
No, it is pretty silent. Maybe we can have Hannah send in another question about the Stress members, but we can't say too much about it, obviously.
How long do you need to prepare to be in the bed?
The potatoes have to be in there for about 15 minutes. They're just in, so let me see. I'll take them out in 10 minutes. Okay, we just washed the green beans. Now we're gonna cut off the ends. So what you do? Let me just make some room here. What you do is you take a few green beans. And you make sure that all the ends are in the same line, like this. And you cut off all of them all at once. This one should be a bit more forward. Like this. You put the ends at the side, turn them over at 180 degrees, and do the same. Some of them may be smaller than the others, so you should adjust them accordingly. I think that's alright. Cut them up again. Put it aside.
I think an important thing about cooking is timing as well. How about the timing of this evening? Will all the ingredients be finished at the same time?
I hope so. I think maybe the meatballs will be finished a bit earlier, but the other two elements will be finished at the same time, I guess.
Okay, very good.
After that, make sure that, well, the green beans are almost at the same length, like these two. When you put them over each other, it's almost the same. I just cut them in half, so that's pretty much the same. And I'll put them aside for the pan in a bit, and I'll continue on to the next green beans. Since you will do you will probably have a bit less, fewer green beans, you'll be finished with this quicker.
And for the vegetarians watching, you can switch out the meatballs for just a vegetarian burger or something else if you enjoy.
I am wondering how Dagmar, Julian and Jiska are doing. Do you think they are also nailing it?
I don't know. They were making their own pesto, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that turned out with a few difficulties and it went wrong somewhere. I don't know. I hope they're also nailing it because we are.
So we had to make sure that only two. But to keep 1.5 meters distance, we have to let you guys cook and let me sit over here, so I can't cook with you. And who do you think that will be on the other side?
I guess it will be Dagmar that is sitting, because I know that the other two can cook quite a lot, can cook quite well, and Dagmar likes to talk. So on both sides that works out very well. And Jeroen, I was wondering, is there another reason why you're not currently cooking?
No, actually not. This is, I think this is our well-divided task at the moment. I think he means that I'm not very much of a cook.
Yes, that's what I meant.
That's true. However, this is one of my specialities.
That's true. Okay. We're almost finished with the green beans. How it's going on the other side?
Good. They're almost brown on the outside. Once they're brown on the outside, you can put the heat on a bit lower, so they can get ready on the inside.
How do you know if they're ready on the inside?
You can take one out if you think they're ready and check the inside if they're not any red meat anymore.
Okay. Already any questions? We can fill up this.
No, we do not have any new questions. So you just have to cut faster. I think that's.
I'm trying to cut faster, but the green beans are not helping.
So I am wondering, can we also make this in the stress room?
We don't have a stove in the stress room,
Yes,
so
we
that.
do. We have like two.
That's true.
Ah, indeed, yes. I was forgetting about it. We have 2 portable stoves. That's
Yeah.
something we use very often at all kinds of activities, often during lunch, to have the famous broodje knakwoord.
Yes. But yeah, we may need more than 2 stoves. On the other hand, if we do it not all together like we're doing right now, but after each other, then it will be fine, I guess.
Yeah. But I would still prefer to go to a restaurant
Of course. And you don't have to
instead
do
of cooking in the stress room.
What's your favorite restaurant in Enschede?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm really a fan of pizza, so yeah, I would have to say it is La Candela, which is a very nice pizzeria in the city. But we will often go to Happy Italy, which is very fast and pretty cheap. So that's also very nice to visit.
Yes.
And how about you? Is it also pizzeria?
No, it's not very vegetarian friendly, but I really like El Gaucho. It's a steakhouse in the city center, and you actually always have a quite a cheap menu, so that's nice for students like me, like us, I have to say.
Yeah, I also really like the steakhouse. Last week I visited Goodies with my do group, so I thought that was also very nice. At Goodies, I don't know, have you ever been to Goodies as well?
No, I haven't.
Okay. It's in between the Spar and the Oude Markt, so in the centrum of Enschede.
Okay.
But I was wondering if you have visited both, which was better, because I have actually never visited El Gaucho.
No, we can never compare.
Maybe we should.
We should.
We should go together. I think that's a good one.
Yes. Wait, can I get the pan from you? Because then I can fill it up with water. Yes, thank you.
Maybe we can get one of the committees to organize a trip to El Gaucho.
The Foodsie can organize a trip to El Gaucho. Who's ever in Foodsie for the upcoming year, this will be a perfect activity. Okay. I filled the pan up with water, with hot water. And I'm gonna turn on the stove. I hope it will work.
I hope it won't.
Oh, it works. Okay, that's beautiful.
Should I get the pan?
Maybe if you move out of the way, then I can put it in there myself.
So while Dan is placing the pan, the meatballs are getting burned.
Can you put the stove for meatballs on?
Of course, it's this one, right? Is this better? Yes. All the way down?
No, not all the way.
Like this. Okay, just a few more minutes on the potatoes, and then I'll finish them up in the pan. So I will bake them and I'll cook them. We're just waiting on the water to boil, so we can put these in. These need like 10 to 12 minutes in boiled water, and then they're ready.
So you think we can eat in 10 to 12 minutes?
I think so.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice, because I am starving.
Yes, me too. All these food smells make me really hungry.
Smells really good in here.
Yes, it does, and I hope it does as well at your place.
Yeah, I am wondering, for all the people watching, are you cooking with us, or are you just hearing about our stories and about our talk and learning something about what we are cooking right here? So if you are cooking with us, let me know in the chat, and let me know how it is going.
Yes.
Were you able to make the meatballs as good as Brit did?
They're looking really good, actually.
This one is falling apart.
We have
We're breaking a few of them.
We have 2 falling apart, so If that happens at your place, it's not that bad.
It's not your fault.
It's Blitz's fault.
It's Blitz's fault.
No.
They're still delicious. Oh no.
They're still delicious. Oh, then it's fine. Yeah.
Can the vegetables already go into the?
It's not boiling yet.
Ah, so it needs to be boiling. I did not know that.
Yes, it needs to be boiling. The water needs to be boiling. Then it's the vegetables can go in. I see it's almost boiling. Okay, can you move out of the way, and I'll put the vegetables in. Like this. Be careful you don't burn yourself, just like last time. I didn't this time, so that's fine. Just the few last ones.
It's getting nice and ready over here.
Okay, and then that will have to wait for about 10 minutes. These are almost ready, so we can almost eat.
Very nice. Very nice.
They're what was that mean?
Just a few more minutes. I will take them out in a bit past 10, like 12 past 6, I think.
I have a digital clock over here. That's now.
Oh, you're not digital clock. I'll just wait 2 more minutes. Okay. In the meantime, I will clean this up a bit. Always make sure that your workspace is clean, so afterwards you can easily clean up and then you can eat.
You have a trash can behind you if you want to use it.
Oh, I will. Thanks. Yes. So, like this.
So maybe we talked about the favorite event of the past year. Maybe we can also talk about your favorite events of your first year or your second year, which was my first year.
Oh, my first year. That's so long ago. Okay, now I feel old. No, it's not that long ago.
I really like the gala in my first year.
I also like gala in my first year.
Why did you like the gala? Because I wasn't there. Was that the thing or?
Mostly no. No, it had a snowball theme, and it was at the Jaargetijden, one of my last galas in the Jaargetijden, I guess. Because now it's closed for galas, so sad.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, it was really lovely to be there, and we got a bit drunk.
You should never say that on stream.
Oh, I never got drunk.
We drank 3 beers and then we went home safely.
Yes, I got home safely.
Was that also your favorite one, or do you have something else?
Yeah, I'm not really, my memory's not that good, so I think gala was also the thing I do remember still, so I think it was one of the...
Okay. And how about your second year, which was actually Stress's lustrum year?
Ooh, there were a lot of fun activities in the lustrum year.
Yeah, we say you would have to go for the congress, of course, because you organized it yourself.
Of course, it's the congress, of course, but that was, of course, my favorite activity. And after that, probably the pool party. Or
I already forgot about that one.
Yeah, that was a fun activity. That was in the.
In the aquadrome.
Aquadrome, yeah, the swimming pool in Enschede.
You know why I did not like that party that much?
No.
Because I enjoyed it very, very much. And then we watched the end of Ajax against Tottenham Hotspur in the Champions League.
Yeah, that was
Do you
also
remember that?
That night.
With the crazy last minute goal. And after that the night was pretty much ruined. No, that's not true. We went from the slides. The slides closed quickly after we went off them, so
no, it was
maybe it had something to do with how we went off.
It was really fun. I personally didn't watch that game. I was just swimming a lot and things like that, and then suddenly everyone was gone, and I was like, where is everyone? And everyone was centered behind a dimmer they set up, and then the game was playing over there. So
Don't you forget the potato.
no, I was just thinking about them. I have to close this one, I think. Oh, yes. Okay, I just turned off the potatoes.
Maybe the meatballs can also a bit lower.
Let me get a, what do you call it?
I'm not that bad in cooking.
Can you put the meatballs on a bit lower?
I will put the meatballs on a bit lower. Is it a big one? No, that's that one.
Yes,
It's this
now
one.
it's correct.
Okay, and I will drain the potatoes. I use this, I don't know what's called in English. In Dutch it's a vergiet. In English I don't know the word actually. But it's a bowl with a lot of holes in it. So the water can go through. Put it in the sink.
If you don't have that, you can also use the lid of the
Yes.
pan and make sure that you only have a slight glimpse of the pan, so only the water comes out and the potatoes stay in.
Yes. Okay, I'm wearing gloves because the pan may be hot.
Stress gloves.
Stress gloves, oh my god. Also a good idea for the PR committee.
Ooh.
Make sure you don't burn yourself. Third time I'm gonna say it. And I'll take it off and drain it of water. Okay, it's completely drained. Yes, thanks. I'll take off the gloves, put them over here, and then I'll put the potatoes over there. Wait, can you pass me the butter?
The same one I used?
Or if you
Yes.
can put it in the pan, then we won't have any.
Or this water?
No, the same one that you used. You can put it in the pan, and we won't have any. We won't have contamination.
What?
Big one.
Oh, that's too many.
Thank you.
Sorry, I mean too much.
Let me see. Is it this one?
Yeah,
Oh,
but this one is really,
it's really big. I'll put
it's
it down
really big.
a bit lower. And I hope that yes, the butter is already beginning to melt.
Actually, I have never used that one before. Never.
Why not? It's so
Ah,
big.
it's only when we only use it when we are walking. How is it called?
It's walking in English.
Walking in English. English is a very difficult language.
Do you want to add any spices to the potatoes?
Maybe a bit of salt.
Ooh, I like salt. Yeah.
Okay, make sure.
That's
all
maybe also why I gained a lot of weight in the.
Yes. Okay, make sure all the surfaces of the pan are covered with butter, so it won't stick to the pan. Put it back on.
For the people tuning in right now, we are answering a lot of questions from the chat. So if you have any about the studies, about the association, about us, then you can ask them.
Yes. Then I'll put in the potatoes. They may sizzle a bit. Oh, they won't. Then that's fine. And I'll. Oh, I put it down somewhere. And then we'll bake them off and give them a nice little crisp.
Ooh.
Yes. The salt. Oh, there's another salt over here.
Yes.
I'll put a bit of salt over it, so that will give it some flavor. Put it back here. This was the sizzling I anticipated in the beginning. And give them sizzle. The vegetables can also be drained in like 3 minutes or so, maybe 4. And then after that we can eat, I guess.
Nice.
We have to plate it up, but luckily with the dinner we're cooking, it's not that hard. Okay.
Give them a nice little crisp. I love that. just telling them how I like it is how you should do it.
Of course.
But you should not do it yourself. That's the best spot.
Just tell us what to do and then we'll do it. That's the idea.
Exactly.
Ah. I see how it goes here. Are the meatballs already done, or?
I think so.
Meatballs are almost done, so we're only waiting for the potatoes, right?
We're waiting for the potatoes and the green
Right.
beans, and that will be done in a few minutes.
Maybe we can also already place the plates and the cutlery.
Can you grab the plates and the cutlery, please?
I'll clean it up. Can you?
I will. I hope the potatoes won't get burned in the meantime.
So Dan, you are the Commissioner of External Affairs.
Yes, that's true.
So you have a lot of contact with different companies, which means that you know all about all the companies that are out there. Which company is your favorite?
Ooh, that's a difficult question. Personally, I like a lot of consultancy companies. So you can think about companies like McKinsey, but also Cape Group, and there are a lot more out there. Atos is one.
Cape Group is a partner of Stress.
Yes, they are. So that's really fun. And recently, since I became the candidate external affairs, I grew a liking to the more IT audit kind of companies. So that's BDO, that's oh, now you ask me this, I'm completely blank. Normally I can just name a lot.
BDO is also a really nice company.
Yeah,
I think
BDO
that,
is situated in Anglo, among other places, but also in Anglo.
I know that one of my Do Group parents, so who was before me a parent in the Do Group, he got his job at BDO via the Congress at Stress.
Oh! Yeah, that's partly also what the Congress does. It connects students to a company to, well, have a thesis, have a job opportunity, things like that.
I
So
know
it's-
your pan is not on the right spot. Yes, there it is.
Now it is.
Maybe you need some more butter to make it clear.
Okay.
It's perfectly fine as it is. It's almost done.
Nice.
And I will just leave this here and drain the vegetables of its water.
So we are almost done and we're reaching an hour. So is this the normal time that it takes?
Oh, this is hot. Normally for dinner I take about half an hour, I guess.
Okay.
Depends on the meal you're making, I think.
Yeah.
So if you need a quicker meal, then what would you advise to make?
Pasta mostly quicker.
Pasta's quicker. What I usually do is things like, in Dutch we call the meathussel. So it's a bit of vegetables, some ketchup, sambal, and some meat, and you swirl it around, and then that's also fine. It takes about 15 minutes.
We got a question in from someone who doesn't trust our cookings.
Oh.
We get, what is your favorite fried snack? So
Ooh.
she's assuming we will go to the cafeteria afterwards,
Ah,
but we
that's-
will not. We will eat this beautiful meatballs.
Since I'm from AVG, that's an IM Do Group at Stress, I have to say bitterballen. Bitterballen is like a ball filled with beautiful meat and crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Delicious.
Yeah, lately I've grown a liking to bitterballen as well. It's a typical Dutch, so for all the internationals watching, you might not know it,
Look it up.
but you will get to know it in the upcoming years.
Okay, the potatoes are done. This is done. I killed the fire, so that's fine.
All the fire, so mine?
No, not yours.
You can.
Should I kill it? Now it's killed.
It's getting closer and closer to the end.
Now we have to plate it up.
So should I start with the meatballs?
Yes, do that.
We also have, if you look in the right box, we have other cutlery, which will make it easier.
Yes.
Right.
A big spoon over there.
Yes.
Yeah, I do not want to clean it up if it goes wrong, so I'm just going to tell you right now. It would be fun, but it would be my job to clean it up. Yesterday we had some people smacking eggs on their head. Then it was not my job to clean it up, so I really liked it. But right now it's a different matter.
Ooh, we get 3 pieces of meatballs.
Yes.
Ooh, nice.
And one that's broken.
Even the broken ones you can eat.
Yeah. And I'll move out of the way.
Yes, I'll grab the pan and do a few potatoes over there.
Oh man, it looks so delicious.
Yes, it does. Like that. Some over here.
So you just said if the students want a quicker meals, they should make pasta pesto. Do you think that the other channel is already done with cooking their meal and are already enjoying it?
If they're not, they did something wrong, I guess.
Jetske, Dagmar and Julian. Happy, eat happy. How do you say it in English? Eet smakelijk. Enjoy your meal.
Enjoy your meal. Bon appetit. Yes. And then we finish it off with the vegetables. I'll grab a spoon. Some for this plate. Some for this plate. And the rest of it for this plate.
We got a last important question.
Ooh, ask me. Ask us.
Who will do the dishes?
Oh.
I only have one hand, so I can't put both hands up.
I think
Push for that.
because we cooked, I think that the technicians also can do something, and also you can help.
No, I think that the
that's
technicians
a
have done a lot of
beautiful
work.
idea. That's the normal division.
So maybe Britt, you can show a plate to the camera.
Can you
To
see it from
see it.
here? Over?
Hold it up.
Hold it up, don't let it fall.
So everybody, thanks for watching to the cooking show for the potatoes, meat and vegetables. And we hope to see you tonight at the Stress pub quiz, which will be already in 1 hour, and we will be streaming it back from the Ravelijn. So thank you for watching and hope to see you tonight.